incredible. We're about ready to break into India. Hopefully by the end of the day, the gentleman was having a little bit of internet issues, but I'll tell you, hitting our 15th or 16th country in such a short period of time is absolutely incredible. It just goes to show you that everybody on this planet needs a good opportunity, and they are willing to do whatever it takes to get into ours because they know this one works for them. So, I'm really excited about it. You'd never believe how much money actually $315 is in India money.
17,325 rupees.
17,325 rupees to join RCC in India, and this guy's fired up. So it's pretty incredible. I'm really excited about telling you guys a little bit about me. Billy, you ready to get started? Okay, great. So basically, guys, hi, my name is Jennifer Merrill. I'm the other part of the Power 2 team, and, you just met Michael. And, we're really excited about this opportunity because it really literally took us from 0 to 60 so fast. It's changed my family demographic. We came from a situation where we lived on a horrible, horrible road that my children were actually in danger on. I almost lost my son to traffic on Valentine's Day, but luckily on January 31st, Michael had reached out to talk to Billy Funk for the first time, and they were just building a little bit of a relationship, and Billy presented Rocket Cash Cycler to us, and it was the best conversation ever because it literally changed our lives. We were sitting in a situation where we had no money in the bank. We're actually in the negative in the bank situation, and we were just really hurting. We were a couple weeks away from being evicted from our apartment. We owed $6,000 to our landlord. We were only paying $900 a month too. I'm a full-time art student. I have 2 small toddlers. I have a 5-year-old son and a 3.5-year-old daughter. And I was looking at my children in the middle of winter after a blizzard going, we don't even have a car. Where are we going to go? Am I going to take my children to a homeless shelter? Because that's not how I'm built. And so, when Billy brought this to our attention, I was like, this is it. This is the one that's going to do it for us. So we put our heads down and never looked back. And because we did that, on our 45th day, I think it was our 45th day, Michael and I cycled out one full cycle of $5,300. And we actually, on the 1st of April, we moved into a nicer apartment. We are paying $600 more a month in rent, and we paid all of our bills on time this month. So going from a situation where I couldn't pay any bills to being in a situation where I'm paying everything on time was pretty incredible to me. It's wonderful hearing about how I'm making money and how it's changed my life. But I want you guys to understand one thing. I'm not the only one on this team that's made money. I have Keith Holiday, who's already cycled out his 5,300 in less than 60 days. Keith, myself, we're on our way to do it for a second time, and I would say within the next week we'll both be in that situation of making another 5,300, if not more. And we also have multiple members of our team that have already made $300 within their first couple of weeks being in this, so they virtually got their money back, as well as being in a situation where they're headed to a situation where they can make another $5,000. So I want you guys to really listen to what Billy has to say, because if your story is anywhere close to mine, you'll understand why you need to take and just go to work with your leader and really change your life and so many other families' lives. So with that said, let's rock it, baby, and back to you, Billy.
Awesome. Thank you, Jen and Mike. You two
You're
are
welcome.
They're out there in Massachusetts, and they're not just talking the talk, they're walking it. They're truly devoted to their team, and it's my pleasure and my fortunateness to be a part of Jen and Mike's, ride to success. And it's been a lot of fun working with them, and I'm looking forward to each and every moment of them and their team and how this company can absolutely help out anybody that's looking to make any type of cash flow anybody in any business that's looking for more leads, and anybody out there that's looking for a success platform that's second to none. You know, I'm here in Chicago right now, and I've been in sales, marketing, and business for the last 10 years, and it's been one of those things where it doesn't matter what I can do if it works for me. The only thing that matters is if what I can do can work for other people. And so I'm always out there looking for an opportunity that can help out anybody, the little man, the middle guy, you know, or another leader. And when I found Rocket Cash Cycler, I got really, really excited because I realized the simplicity of this system and how it could help out a whole lot of people. So let's get into exactly what is Rocket Cash Cycler. Well, it's something that you've never seen anything quite like it before. To have the ability to spend $315 one time, no auto ships, and turn that into $5,000 over and over again is very unique. You know, in the past, I've been confined to the United States. I never had an opportunity to actually reach out worldwide. And right now, this opportunity is available worldwide. It is global, and there's nothing holding you back from going out there and talking to as many people as possible, and even reach out into contacts in other countries. We do have over $2,200 in value with our products and marketing tools. We got awesome lead capture tools. We got a contact management tool on Skype that's all in one. And we got a success library that's got over 150 audiobooks and ebooks that's absolutely fantastic. Our compensation plan is pretty cool. It's a very lucrative 2x3 to a 2x2 hybrid that's paying out over 94.5% to the field. Do you have to wait 30, 60 days to get paid? Nope. When you earn money with Rocket Cash Cycler, you get paid that day. You can withdraw funds the day that you earn them, and that's pretty cool. So let's get into the stats, because these stats are amazing. We're 12 weeks old. We have over 8,000 members. I think it's right around 10,000 total. And that number right there is actually incorrect. We've now paid over $1.4 million to the field. Let me backtrack. It was less than 4 months ago that this company got started. We got less than 10,000 members, and the company's paid out over $1.4 million to the field. That's very unique and actually unheard of almost in our industry. We have members that have made from $300 to $60,000 in the last 60 days, and our launch date was December 18th of 2012. So if you're looking at the screen right now, these numbers are insane, are incredible. And if we haven't broken records yet, we're about to. So what are our products? Well, we got two amazing products and tools right on Skype. This one right here is X-Guy. It's used by entrepreneurs all over the world. It's an all-in-one management contact tool on Skype. It allows you to find and meet new people. The really cool turnkey part of it is its push-button automation. And it has the ability to send out a message to hundreds of people, if not thousands, with one push of the button. And if you don't have any contacts on Skype, if you've never been on Skype, well, then you're like I was 2 months ago, a little over 2 months ago. I had 0 contacts. I had never been on Skype before. And I said, what am I going to do here? How am I going to get contacts? Well, there's something called the Skype Ninja or Skyscraper. It generated over 4,400 contacts for me almost overnight. What did I do with those contacts? Well, I have the ability now to send and actually push button automation, send all of them a message with one push of the button through X-Guy. So the two management tools, they gel really, really well together, and they work absolutely fantastically. Here's something that I'm really excited about. Our success library's got over 150 audiobooks of the best of the best. I'm not talking about, Dr. Seuss and the Cat in the Hat. I'm talking about Jim Rome, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Timothy Ferriss, Stephen Covey, Kelly Howell, Brian Tracy, the Dalai Lama, Joel Osteen. I can go on and on and on. Every time I look at this library, I am just absolutely amazed. Are there ebooks in there too? Absolutely. The audiobooks are really what I'm attracted to, because I don't have a lot of time to read these days, but I do have a lot of time to listen. And to have the ability to wake up in the morning and have a guy like Tony Robbins okay, for a half an hour, motivate you in the morning to just listen to his language and pick up on those nuggets and soak up of that, the intellect, that knowledge, that wisdom that has taken him to the top. That's how other successful people get to the top. They surround themselves with other successful people. And if you don't have anybody in your local area that you can surround yourself with, well, you do have success authors, philosophers, and motivational speakers right in your back office. That's unique. And if you can't tell how excited I am about the Success Library, you might want to clean out your ears. So, what's the value proposition? It's my first litmus test in any opportunity. Okay, what am I putting in? What type of money is my team putting in? And what are we getting back? Because I believe that an opportunity, okay, whether or not it's got a compensation plan or anything else to make money behind it, has to have great value with the products and tools. And I can tell you this right now. If this is all Rocket Cash Cycler was, if it was $315 for the Success Library and the Skype tools, I would say yes, without there being any compensation plan behind it. The really neat thing is, though, like I'm sure everybody that's on this call knows about, is that there is a compensation plan. There is a way to make money. There is a way for you to share this incredible opportunity with other people and generate cash flow. So how are we going to do that? Glad you asked. I'm about to explain that to you, and before I do, just let me briefly introduce to you the thought process that I had when I first watched this. I was like, man, this is confusing. And the second time I looked at it, I thought it was confusing as well. The third time, I had a leader tell me, Billy, you're complicating things. There's only one thing you need to know about Rocket Cash Cycler in order to make money. And I said, what's that? He said, go out and reach 2 people and teach 2 people. That's the only thing you need to know about. Go out and turn your rocket red by finding 2 people, okay, and help them do the same thing. And that's all you need to know about the compensation plan. I said, well, that's simple enough. And so with that, I started running with Rocket Cash Cycler. And when you look at this board, when you look at this compensation plan, you're probably like, what is that? Well, remember, I said the same thing. And after you cycle this 2x3, you're going to cycle a 2x2 and make $5,000. I want to give you exactly how that happens. And if you don't understand this, please don't worry. I'm going to record it, and you're probably going to understand it the second or third time. Even if you don't, remember, you don't have to. So here's a force matrix. Okay, normally in a force matrix, you start right there at the top. Okay, and you work, and all your people fill in right below you. But in this force matrix, okay, everybody's not going to start at the top. They're going to start at the bottom, and they're going to move their way up. And so if you came into Rocket Cash Cycler tonight, your rocket would be green, meaning you haven't brought anybody in with you. When you bring somebody in, your rocket turns blue. When you bring 2 people in, your rocket turns red. And it's pretty cool. So if you're looking at the board right now, you're like, okay, well, where does everybody else go? Everybody else goes in those 3 spots right there. And here's the neat thing. You're never alone in Rocket Cash Cycler. If you see all these people on the board right here, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 other people all working together with you to fill up these remaining 3 spots. And if you're somebody like Keith Holliday, or you're somebody like Barb, or Mike and Jen, or Gladiator Dan, and you want to turn your rocket red as fast as possible and take advantage of this opportunity, well, you have an opportunity then to move past people, because if your rocket is turned red, you can rocket boost past people that are green or blue. And so you would have an opportunity to skip an entire level and go right to the 2 line. See, a 2x3 force matrix has a person at the top, 2 people below them, 4 people below them, and then 8 below them. We're always filling up this 8 line. And because we're all working together, okay, these boards can cycle very quickly. And when you get to the top, sorry about that. And when you get to the top of your force matrix, okay, what happens next is very exciting, because after you fill up your board, you made your money back with $300 in cash. You also got a 315 E-pin. This is your clone position. This is another ticket to come back into the Rocket 2x3 following your sponsor, and you will make that 300 and 315 E-pin over again. The big thing is, though, is your $1,800 entry into the Rocket 2x2, because this is where all the money is being made, right here. When you come into the Rocket 2x2, your rocket is green again. Now, you don't need to bring 2 people with you into this in order to get your rocket turned red. You only need to bring one to follow you. This is a true follow the leader program where when you have somebody else on your team follow you into that 2x2, your rocket turns red and you move up to the next level. You want to be at the top of this 2x2 because when you are at the top, this is where all the magic happens. This is where all the money is being made. The first person that comes in is actually $1,000. If it's a Monday and you had one person come into your 4 line, you could pull that money out that Monday. On Tuesday, if another person came in, you would have made $1,000 on that Tuesday. If it was a Wednesday for the third person, you would make $1,000 on that Wednesday. What I'm saying is you don't have to wait for this board to fully cycle for you to make $1,000, $1,000, $1,000, and $2,000. You can actually pull that money out that day that you earn it. And that last position is actually worth $2,000. So when this board fully cycles, okay, you just made $5,000. The really neat thing is, though, that you also made $1,800 because you got an entry coming back in Rocket 2x2. So once you're in the 2x2, you'll always be in it, even after you cycle it. It's not just you cycle once and you're done. You have the opportunity to cycle over and over and over again, and that's why there's a lot of people making some substantial amount of money. If you think about it, $1.4 million has been paid out to a field of right around 10,000 people. If you do the numbers, you'll realize that people are making some serious money with this one. So what do we have? Well, we've got an opportunity with great products. We've got the Skyscraper and the XGuy platform on Skype that's all in one push button. We've got a fantastic success library that I believe is second to none. We've got a high-paying compensation plan. One of the first ever hybrids is paying out 94.5% to the field. We have an opportunity that's available worldwide. It's a wide open market. You don't have to go out there and just reach into your local market. You can expand your resources and reach out to people around the world. And it's pretty cool. People like Mike and Jen, their team's in like 16 countries already. That's incredible. Because every opportunity that I've been involved in before RCC, I was only in one country. And now to be able to be in over 16 countries, that's pretty cool. You know what happens when you're in multiple countries worldwide? Your business never sleeps, which I think is pretty cool. Average $14,000 a person so far. Show me another opportunity that's averaging that type of income to its reps. I don't know of one. So what do you do next? Well, get back with the person who invited you and tell them that you want to get started today, or tell them you got a couple more questions. And because we're here to help you. We're here to answer all of your questions. Please get them answered. This is all about positioning and timing. Turn your rocket red. I truly believe that we have one of those Microsoft or Facebook moments on our hands where in the next 6 months, you're going to say one or two things. Man, I'm so glad I did, or I wish I would have. And don't be in that second category, I wish I would have. Of course, I got another message. Take control of your financial future today and get started. It does take teamwork to make the dream work. And I do love Zig Ziglar, who is in your back office, when he says that if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get everything you want. I don't believe that Zig meant if. I think he meant when. When you help enough people get what they want, you will have everything you want. And success is not an outside job, guys. It's an inside job. It starts here first, and you can take that to the outside world. You create the outcome first in your mind, and you can walk towards it, you can crawl towards it, or you can run towards it. Let's sprint towards it. Let's take this opportunity at hand, and let's sprint as fast as we can to the finish line. And by doing so, we're not only going to help ourselves, we're going to help a whole lot of people. And, with this one, it's truly unique because the amount of people that it takes to get started and get qualified is very low. And the amount of reward that you get is very high. So I've been blessed, I've been fortunate, and I'm happy that you guys took the time out of your day to take a look at what is no longer the best kept secret in the industry. It's now the hottest opportunity. And, with that, this is Billy Funk, the Extreme Networker in Chicago, saying, what are your passions? Go out and find them and get started today with RCC.